Welcome to the video all about the court cards. So the court cards are all about the personalities of the deck. So they tend to represent a person or a personality trait or a personality type. So let's start off with the wands. And any one of these cards can represent any person who is of a fire sign. So that is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So this could represent a specific person. This could represent personality types. So when we're looking at this Page of Wands, we're looking at curiosity. We're looking at somebody who's just beginning their journey, somebody who is curious about a new passion, a new invention, a new business venture, a new thing that they're wanting to create. This person might be younger. This person might have a personality type of someone who's younger and less mature. The Knight of Wands is very brave. You can see that I have my keywords on here. The Knight of Wands is very brave. He is taking action on this this passion that he's had, this curiosity that he's had. So he may have studied it in this phase, and then he moves on to this phase here where he is brave and he is rushing forward and he is doing all of the things that he needs to do. The Queen of Wands comes in and she's kind of got it together. She's already achieved a lot of this stuff. Somebody told me the other day that this is the witch of the deck. I love that. She's got the little black cat. She's stubborn. She knows how to create what she wants to create. She knows that her yeses and nos create her life. She is creative. She's able to manifest her goals and her dreams. She usually has quite a charismatic personality and is definitely like this sort of in charge sort of queen. The King of Wands is inspiring. He is a leader. He could be a CEO. I really do think of the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles both being some sort of CEO sort of energy. This guy might do speeches. He might be helping people with something. He might be out in the public eye, inspiring, charismatic, creative. Also has reached his dreams. Now, when we want to think of these in terms of the signs, we can also just think about like different people that we know. So maybe you know an Aries or a Leo or a Sagittarius. Where might they fit in here? Are they just rushing around doing action after action after action? Are they very action oriented, but maybe haven't quite graduated to, you know, one of these spots here? Are they just super curious, but maybe they don't put any action around their curiosities? A lot of times we can assign these to people that we know as a way to help us remember. So I invite you to just think about what you know about the signs, what you know about your friends. The page, the knight, the queen, and the king match a certain element. So these are all fire elements because they're wands. But the Page of Wands is an earthly fire element. The Knight of Wands is an airy fire element. The Queen of Wands is a watery fire element. And the King of Wands is very fire. So when it came to, for example, I'm just going to pull out my card real quick. Because for me, this really works. And I don't know if it does for you guys or not, but I am a earth sign. So my card, I am a fire rising and an earth sign. So as an earth sign, the Capricorn, I would pick Pentacles. And then the fire is the King of Pentacles. And I really resonate with this. So I'm an Aries rising. So if you dabble a little bit with sun, moon, rising, you can experiment a little bit with things like this as well. So as a earth sign, I pulled Pentacles. As a fire rising, I pulled the King of Pentacles. And the personality of the King of Pentacles feels a lot like me. Very creative, very knowledgeable, very much wants to create that legacy for themselves, or has created that legacy for themselves. Sensible, grounded, all of these things are things that I resonate with. And so you can play around with things like that as well. So this would be somebody who has a fire sun sign and an earth rising sign. This would be somebody with a fire sun sign and an air rising. Fire sun sign, water rising, fire, fire. So that's just something you can play around with, and something I wanted to mention because it's something that I kind of like to do and kind of have fun with when it comes to brainstorming. Here are some of the personality traits that are associated with each of the fire signs. Aries is very fiery, passionate, bold, courageous. It is the initiator, and it can be somewhat impatient and domineering. When I think about Leo, I think about the heart space. So Leo personality traits can be very charming, very energetic, generous, and enthusiastic. Sagittarius makes me think of the sort of freedom seeking, idealistic, adventure seeking friend, funny. Okay, let's talk about the cups. The cups represent water signs. So the water signs are Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. So these could be representing somebody who is one of those signs. The Page of Cups is very idealistic. The Page of Cups feels very Pisces to me. Feels very dreamy, idealistic, pie in the sky, pigs are flying in some of the versions of this card. Definitely feels like that sort of dreamy Pisces energy. The Queen of Cups is very loving, very kind. We're thinking cups energy here. So I put them a little bit weird. This is cups energy here. So this is a lot of emotion, a lot of compassion, a lot of this sort of beautiful, loving energy. The Knight of Cups is very charming, also very loving, but willing to put actions behind it. So just like I was talking about with the Wands, the Page of Cups is all dreams. He's doing a lot of thinking and not a lot of action yet. He's maybe studying, maybe he's daydreaming. But the Knight comes in and he's actually taking action. So he's very charming. He could be like the most romantic card in the deck because he has all this love, all this emotion, all of this connection with emotion, and he's actually taking action towards that. And then last we have the King of Cups, who is wise. He understands how to emotionally connect with others. He understands how his emotions feel. He understands how to keep his emotions in check, and he understands his emotions just in general. Very fulfilled, especially these two, very much in their empowerment when it comes to love, compassion, empathy, etc. And I talked a lot in the Wands about assigning people to these cards, but that can be a really powerful practice in terms of, you know, asking yourself, do I know a Cancer? Do I know a Pisces? Where do they fit in here? You might even ask them their rising sign and see if that makes sense. Here are the personality traits for the water signs. Cancer personality traits can be very nurturing, sensitive, compassionate, very loyal. I think that there's a lot of creative energy and curious energy in all three of these signs. Cancer is very moody and charming. Scorpio is passionate. Scorpio is persistent and strategic. And it can be quite vengeful. When I think about Scorpio energy, I do always think about that little sting if you happen across a Scorpio. Scorpio also tends to be, or Scorpios tend to be interested in mysteries, magic, the occult. Pisces, on the other hand, is very much a dreamer. So both of them really do like that sort of dreamy depth, just in a slightly different way. I feel like Pisces is imaginative, creative, intuitive, romantic, empathetic, emotional, and impressionable. These represent the air signs. These represent personality traits of the air signs, or possibly even um, uh, them as a person. So the Page of Swords is inquisitive. He has all these big ideas. You even see a version of this where there's like all these light bulbs above their head. Very inquisitive, all of these ideas, but not any action yet. Coming forward, we've got the Knight of Swords, impulsive. This is air energy, so it's very fast moving energy. Nothing grounding it down. This is an impulsive card. This is a fast moving card. This is a very energetic card. Look at how scared that horse is. Next, we've got the Queen of Swords. She's honest. She's direct. Do you know somebody who just tells it like it is, who's very honest, who's, very logical, strategic? The King is very strategic as well. That's my keyword for him. He knows all the pieces that he needs to put in place here. There's definitely a lot of intelligence within these court cards. A lot of strategy, communication, intelligence as air signs. Here are some of the personality traits for the air signs. And so for Gemini, Gemini is a very communicative and chatty sign. It's playful, witty, curious. When you think about all three of these signs, it's all about intellectual. So when the curiosity comes here, it's usually an intellectual curiosity, wondering about other people, wondering about themselves, wondering about something new that they're learning. For Libra, Libra is the type of person who might be seeking justice, seeking balance. Libras can be quite charming and quite persuasive. Aquarians are those unique, unconventional people who are humanitarians, altruistic. They may be impulsive, but they're definitely loyal. For the earth signs, we've got Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And so I was talking a little bit about how I really feel like the King of Pentacles, very knowledgeable, very driven towards this, especially as somebody who is an earth fire. Okay, so moving on from the page, we've got studiousness. So he is studying. He maybe has books, he may be reading, he may be studying, he is learning his craft, but not yet putting any action to it. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight. On some of them, you even see them walking in their card instead of even being on the horse. You can see in this one, he's not even moving. The Knight of Pentacles is dependable. It's all about like one step after another. It's all about taking one step, slowing down, working on step after step. That sort of dependable, it's always going to be their sort of energy. The Queen of Pentacles is comforting. She's surrounded by nature. There's definitely a lot of this sort of abundance, nature. You see this like little bunny over here. She has everything around her that she needs. She's got that comfort, but then she provides it to others as well. All of the queens truly are very gracious and giving with the things that they have in their gifts. The King of Pentacles is very knowledgeable. He has went all the way from here to here, where he has learned his craft, he has mastered his craft, and he is, like I said, another sort of CEO energy. This is a more sort of grounded CEO, maybe a little bit less inspiring, but more knowledgeable. So he's going to be passing on knowledge instead of inspiration as much. And he is just really grounded in his abilities, in his skills, and in his confidence with himself. Here's some of the personality traits for the earth signs. Taurus is very focused on luxury, tends to be. Taurus personality traits tend to be very comfort seeking, pleasure seeking, enjoying of luxury. Tauruses are down to earth and they can also be quite stubborn. But I feel like all three of these signs are very reliable and very dependable. Virgo is humble, kind, sympathetic, methodical, detail oriented, might come into some perfectionism. I feel like both Virgo and Capricorn are quite hardworking and responsible. Virgo can be a little bit picky. Capricorn is hardworking, direct, honest, loyal, persistent, ambitious, sensitive, impatient, unforgiving, organized, and practical. And sometimes they may put their work ahead of everything else. So they can be quite sacrificing as well, especially when it comes to their work. Court cards can be some of the most difficult cards in the deck to read. I feel like the associations with the zodiac signs can be quite useful when it comes to reading the court cards. Give yourself time and space to feel into them. Give yourself time and space to learn and grow with your court cards and allow this to be one of the things that helps you inform your reading, but it doesn't need to be the only thing. Sometimes I really feel like these can be invitations to new personality traits as well. So, for example, if somebody gets a Queen of Pentacles, I might say, you're being invited to really connect in with the earth. You're being invited to really take care of yourself, to comfort yourself, and to comfort others. So, to hold a personality trait of the Queen of Pentacles, who is quite loving and quite grounded. So, these can help you inform your readings, but they don't have to be all or nothing. Really feeling into the card and asking yourself, does this feel like it's representing them? Does it feel like it's representing an invitation for them to step into this personality trait? Or do you feel like it's representing a person that is within their life? That is it for the court cards, guys. See you in the next training.